Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tabletop tonight. My name's Ruel Gabriela. So happy to be here. It's been a while since we've streamed, or since I've streamed, and I hope you're doing well. We were out in Vegas last week for Dice Tower West and saw quite a few of you out there. So good to see y'all out there. And Michelle and I, well, actually, you know what? I'll talk about Dice Tower West in a minute. My whole thing tonight was going to be Ruel's wrap up. I was going to talk about the games that I played last month, and then do a Dice Tower West sort of like mini review and talk about that. But you know, I just can't contain myself. It was so exciting and a thrill and an honor and privilege to meet so many of you that have been so supportive of what I do here, and also with supportive Michelle and Lauren and. It was really wonderful. So I see Slackfish in chat. Slackfish, it was so nice to finally meet you in person. You know, I didn't get to tell you this. I really, you know, we had a few. We got to hang out, and play a game, and we had lunch together. And you know, I just wanted to say again, thank you for all of your support. You've been one of our biggest supporters, and I can't thank you enough. I appreciate it, Slackfish, so thank you. The Master Goblin says, hey, I just backed that game. Yeah, folks, if you saw the little preview screen of the starting soon screen is actually a little sneak peek at what we're doing tomorrow. My buddy Daryl B. Gaming, he will be joining me tomorrow for a game of Hamlet, which was just released by Mighty Boards yesterday, or not released. It went on Kickstarter, and I think they've already like way surpassed their goal. I think they hit like 100,000. But they we are partnering with them to do a playthrough of Hamlet, Euro game. It's slightly on the heavier side, so heavier than you'd usually see on the channel, which I'm excited about. Daryl has been, we played many games together. Daryl's a local gaming buddy, good friend of mine, and lately, you know, we haven't played many games together because of the pandemic, but slowly but surely we're getting into it. And if you saw us, was it a week ago or almost 2 weeks ago? We played Tapestry with the Arts and Architecture expansion. And so it's always a joy to play some of the heavier stuff with him. And the Hamlet's going to be right up there. So Mrs. Gab 2020 is in the house. She is literally in the house, as I like to say. She's in her office doing some work right now. James is here. Thank you, James. It's funny, as I'm like, I went live and then I'm talking in our Discord. And if you haven't joined the Discord yet, there's the link right there. I'm talking in Discord. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm live right now, folks. I'll talk a little later. I'm gonna go live. What we were talking about in Discord was there's a game called This War Is Mine, and it's a game that I've been curious about for a while. Rahdo raved about it during one of our streams. It actually might have been one or two of our streams, but I remember him talking about it when I had mentioned Freedom, the Underground Railroad. Right, it's a very heavy, depressing theme. It's about American slavery, and the game itself, it's a cooperative game. I mean, it's brutal. You're trying to move slaves during during the slavery times in America, trying to move them to safety, basically to Canada, and not all of them make it. It's a very harrowing experience, but it's very educational, and as I was talking about that, Rahdo had mentioned This War Is Mine, and he said that one to him captured the horrors of war, and in a way that was, I mean, straight up, it was depressing, but it's the reality of it. So the reason why I bring this up is my buddy Austin, AJ, in Discord, he'd shared a link through, it was a GameFound link. So GameFound is it's a crowdfunding platform started by Awaken Realms. They're the ones that published This War Is Mine. And what they did, and I just, you know, I'll go to the Discord, the link is there. Basically, what they're doing is they're selling the remaining stock that they have of This War Is Mine from the last Kickstarter. So they have like English version, Dutch, or Polish, I believe Dutch, German. I'm not sure. I obviously I picked up the English version, but they're selling the remaining stock, and all of the proceeds are going to help people in Ukraine. Okay, so we all know the situation there, and you know, some people may not find it appropriate to be selling a war game during this time, but again, it's if you can, or if you feel like it's the right thing to do, I did. I bought the American version of this game, the English version of this game, sorry. And all the proceeds outside of shipping and tax go towards this organization. So it's, for me, it's a great cause to support. We donated to Matthew Jude's thing a couple of weeks ago, his fundraiser. This is another way to, you know, you get a game and you get to support the people of Ukraine. I won't comment too much on it. If you feel it's right, find the link in Discord. I would strongly recommend at least checking it out. Okay, To Live and Dice in LA is here. Hello, To Live and Dice in LA. Good to see you here. Everyone's saying hello to Slackfish. Slackfish, I wanted to send you some. Slackfish says my picture with you and Mrs. Gav is one of my best takeaways from Dice Tower West. Same here. Michelle and I talked about that. We talked about Dice Tower West the entire way home. You know, it's about a 3.5-hour drive for us. And by the way, I'm not playing with Play-Doh. This is that blue tack stuff that Rahdo suggested I use to like keep stuff on the table. And now I find myself, I'm just constantly fiddling with it. It's literally like Play-Doh. Anyways, Michelle and I talked about Dice Tower. We had so many great moments with Slackfish. Hanging out with Legends, and I'm going to talk about Legends in just a second here. I got to meet Slivers, which was a real thrill. TVivD. TVivD, I don't know if she's here in chat tonight. When I saw her, she gave me an 8-pack of Topo Chico, and it was like the best thing in the world. It was so kind. Thank you, TVivD, and es muy delicioso. It really was. And speaking of, I don't have it here, but all of you in Discord, I'm getting a little choked up. Y'all were so generous and kind, and I know Patrick, my friend Patrick, he's also in the Discord. I think he coordinated it, but you all pitched in. A bunch of you did. I don't know who did. I just want to thank you all though, and got me the R2D2 Lego set that I've had on my wish list for years. It's not something I would normally buy, you know, but it's something I've always wanted. And for you all to chip in and gift that to me, I mean, come on, that was so kind of you. Thank you again so much. It's in the other room. I actually started opening it, but Michelle and I, we wanted to do like Mondays where we would stream us, you know, putting it together. And this Monday, I was just dead tired from Dice Tower West. It took me, we got home Sunday. I took 2 naps on Sunday. And then Monday, I was still sort of out of it. Yesterday, I started getting back in swing, and then today has like been a full work day. But again, just one final time, thank you, friends, for all of that. Let's see. Julie Deere, hey man, how did you and Rahdo like Oak and Trailblazers? I couldn't finish watching. Oh, okay. Let me get that comment up here. I have. Where is my featured chat? Here it is. Look, I can do this now. Wait, it's not working. Okay, yeah, of course it's not working because that's how technology works. Technology works, but then it doesn't work. So this featured chat thing, I know Rahdo was having trouble with it the other day too, where, yeah, it just stops working. Yay. Let me try this one. I'm going to shut down that browser, open a new browser, and then re-log in. Yay. And go re-log in. Yay. And it's not letting me log in. Okay. Well, anyways, featured chat. Julia says, hey man, how did you and Rahdo like Oak and Trailblazers? I couldn't finish watching the other day to hear. Trailblazers, I did not get to play. I think Rahdo played it. So at Dice Tower West, he was just constantly playing games. Oak, you know, I really want to save this for after the wrap up here. But Oak, I did like it. But it was a weird thing. Like Rahdo and I were talking about afterwards. Actually, we talked about it on the R&R show how it felt like the first round was literally just trying to gather resources. Like there was nothing else you could do, and then. It was funny because we're playing a 4-player game as me, Rahdo, a couple of guys. I think it's Brandon and Ryan. I forget. But those 2 guys, all 3 of us, except for the winner, which I believe was Brandon. Brandon won by like 15 points, and all 3 of us were tied for last place. So we lost by 15, and he was the one that really focused on resources early, I think. Or he kept, he kept doing the resource thing where you would skip turns. It was really interesting. So I asked Rahdo if he's going to play it again, of course, before the run through. So I'm interested to see how, the strategy or whatever develops. Nightbot is here, yay. Like your shirt. Oh, thank you, the Master Goblin Games, of course, yeah. Love this shirt. It's one of my favorite shirts. Yeah, Goblin swag is always a good thing. Gator Dave, another one we met. Thank you for dropping by, Gator Dave. Very, very nice to meet you at Dice Tower West. I know I have a picture. So okay, here's the thing I was going to do. I was going to share pictures from Dice Tower West, but then I was like sort of going over it with Michelle. And then I realized, you know what? Not everyone wants to have their picture plastered on the internet. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to share some photos of games I played at Dice Tower West, and I may select a couple of random photos as well. So that'll be later in the show. What I'm going to do right now is hydrate. Please hydrate with me, folks, if you're so inclined. What I want to do is I want to rank the games that I played last month. This is my monthly wrap-up. I want to do that, and then we could talk about Dice Tower West, if that's okay with y'all. But, you know, we just sort of, like, roll the punches here. James says, we extended the LNJ solo challenge. Yes, we have solo challenges in our Discord, folks. James and Legends are the ones who run it every couple of weeks. We normally do it for 2 weeks. They've extended the latest one by 1 week, Hadrian's Wall, which I'm glad because my copy still hasn't shown up. It was supposed to be here like last week. I don't know where it is, but Bottom Shelf Video Games, it's based on a video game, which is very good. Yeah, talking about This War Is Mine, right? I've heard of that. I have not played the video game. What's the name of the game again? This War Is Mine. You know what? Let me just get the link for y'all. Game found. I literally just bought it. Right before we went live. Let me see, here it is. This War Is Mine. But there's like a special, okay, that's not it. It's a special Ukraine like fundraiser. Let me see if I can find, there it is. The Ukraine Cause sale. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat right now for those of y'all, if you're interested. Again, if you're interested and if you have the means to do so, I mean, just check it out. I think it's a great thing that they're doing. Again, all proceeds are going to people in Ukraine and who need help. We don't need to talk about what's going on there. I mean, we should, I'm sure, but you know, my heart and my thoughts are with them right now. Let's see. Thank you for being a Bruno fan. Big Yondos and muchas gracias. And Daryl, hey, Daryl B Gaming is in the house. He's asking for a Bruno walk. Of course, we can always walk Bruno. There's right in front of my face. Yeah, Bruno. Yeah, folks, if you spend your Bruno points, there's lots of things that we can do with our pug who has gone on to has crossed the Rainbow Bridge last year. We miss Bruno. Lots of beautiful human beings. Yes, Michelle, that's so true. We had Michelle and I. We might as well just talk about Dice Tower West now, right? And then we'll get to the games. Michelle and I had this conversation seriously so many times. We said the exact same thing. Whenever we met someone at Dice Tower West or talked to them or whatever, we're like, they're just nice people, you know. And we literally said that same thing over and over and over again throughout the convention, and we meant it. It was just very, very nice and to meet so many of you and to game with a few of you as well. Though the week went by way too fast, and these things always do. And I felt, you know, I feel like I always wanted to spend more time with people, but you can't, right? It's just there's so many different things going on. We had panels. There's some of the stuff with the 3C Con that I was involved with, and then just some meetings that I had with certain people, publishers and stuff, and just sort of like wandering and, you know, trying to do the random like wandering thing, which is I always enjoy just sort of like wandering around and, you know, meeting new people. And again, so there's a lot of people. I should say a lot. There was at least one person per day that just came up to me that I'd never met before, and they just had some really nice words to say about either the R&R show or Tabletop Tonight. And again, I cannot thank you enough for that. That's really heartwarming, and just really appreciate it. We have a new follower, Mike Adams 55. Thank you for the follow. If you're here for the first time, we do analog alerts, Mike, and this is one of them. This is Felicia the Followfish. Felicia swims around, says hello, new followers, and then she swims away. And all of us, including y'all in chat, we say, bye, Felicia. Thanks for the follow, Mike Adams. I appreciate it. James says, Patrick is so amazing. Patrick is a good guy. I've known him. He was one of the first, like when I got into the hobby, it was well, I mean, he wasn't one of the first, but he was organizing a different meetup than my regular one. So I was going to a comic book store for a few months, and then he was hosting one at a restaurant. And I found out about that through meetup.com, went there. I met Patrick, because a couple of the other guys there, and he was, I can't say this, he was the first person I played Blood Rage with. And I got to play Blood Rage with him and a couple of other guys, and I played his copy, which was fully painted, and I was just mind blown. You know, this is, you know, me 6 years ago, new to the hobby, playing this awesome game, and it was instant love for me. Slackfish has cheered 100 bits. Folks, another analog alert, and hey, hello friends, I'm Benny the Bits Bear. You spend bits, I come out of hibernation. Did you know I was at Dice Tower West? Yes, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for following and cheering and for hanging out. And hey, we have a new subscriber. Thank you, the Rare Gnome, for subscribing with Prime. Friends, did you know if you have a Prime, Amazon Prime account, you get 1 free sub per month? Yes, you can spend it on any of your favorite Twitch streamers. And hey, oh, there's a hype train. Ah, I'm hyped. Let's get the hype train out. We have started a hype train, folks. So there is the hype train. This is another analog alert. Thank you for all of the subs. And Slackfish, again, his generosity knows no bounds, folks. Thank you, Slackfish. We have an alert. We have 5 new gift subs. Thanks to our friend Slackfish. Thank you, Slackfish. And folks, they're gift subs, so please enjoy the gift subs. And in honor of Slackfish and all of y'all great people in there, gift. These are the analog alerts that we've talked about, and you know, it was fun. We didn't bring all the analog alerts to Dice Tower West, but I did bring Benny. He did make one appearance with Slackfish during lunchtime. Board Game Spam brought their analog alerts as well. The Monkey King was there giving out blessings, LLMK, in honor of Board Game Spam. There, again, another couple that we got to meet, Pia and Andrew. We've been fans of theirs a long time. I remember literally the first time I saw them streaming, and it was just, you know, just, again, good people. Just like Michelle said, they're just good people, and it was a pleasure to meet them as well. Old Man Coaster, hello. Thank you for joining me, friend. Another person we got to meet in real life, Old Man Coaster. Again, I wish I could have spent more time with Old Man Coaster Nerd Shelves. Michael was there, but we did get to spend a little time during Amanda Panda's meetup. I got to eat her pajama pizza party, which was great. Got to eat pizza and hang out with them, and I was very, very pleased to teach a game of Dice Miner to Old Man Coaster, Nerd Shelves, and Jeff of Foster the Meeple. Super nice guy. Him and Jamie were great. Again, so many people I want to spend more time with, but again, you do what you can, and you just enjoy yourselves, and we had the best time. First time chat from the Rare Noob. I said hi to Rahdo, but didn't catch you. Unfortunately, it was a great con. Oh, your first con. Nice. The Rare Norb. Let us know what you thought about Dice Tower West. I thought it went well. It was a great time to, you know, just really nice to meet so many people and connect with them in real life. Again, because, you know, just with the pandemic and stuff, people haven't been going to conventions. There was PAX U back in December, which I unfortunately missed. And then Gen Con back in September, which was, I think, the start of like, okay, people are starting to go to conventions again. PAX U, I thought, did it right. They did the whole vaccines are required, masks are required. I really wish I could have gone to that. Dice Tower West, again, I was working with them, but at the same time, I didn't fully agree with, you know, not having a vaccine, you know, mandatory to go to the show. But, you know, they had mask mandatory everywhere. They did have one mask optional room, which I didn't go to. But, you know, for the most part, I felt like just as a participant, the Dice Tower West went well. Let's see. I'm catching up on things here. Comments. What it do, baby boo? Sir Bearsworth. Also good to see him out there. Now, I've already met Sir Bearsworth in real life. He's old news. I'm just kidding. It was really nice to see Sir Bearsworth there. Did you know we are now colleagues on the Five By? Yes, Sir Bearsworth. He does reviews for the Vibe By Now podcast that comes out right now once a month, where 5 different reviewers review 5 different board games. Really, really good times, and I'm so glad that Sir Bearsworth is part of the team. Bottom Shelf says, you watching the Lakers TV show on HBO? I'm not. Not yet. My brother was just telling me he really enjoyed the first episode. I've read the book by Jeff Pearlman years ago. Really enjoyed it. It's that, you know, it's got that whole like behind the scenes sort of like, hey, the Lakers Showtime era. There's some, you know, dirty deeds going on and stuff, and it's got you know, the juicy gossip and stuff, and it was entertaining. I'm sure the show's gonna be entertaining as well. I had actually just stopped my HBO Max subscription because I wasn't really watching many things. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wait till maybe next month and just binge the whole series. I think it's like, is it 8 or 10 episodes? Hopefully by the time they're all on there on HBO, I'm just gonna binge them all. But I know the ending already. The Lakers win 5 championships. Did y'all know the Lakers have won 17 NBA championships and they won in 2020? I don't know if y'all knew that. Old Man Coaster. I've disliked the Lakers all my life. What? But that HBO series looks really fascinating. So, yeah, it's one of those things. I really enjoyed the, what's it called? The Last Dance on Netflix. Again, I'm not a Bulls fan, but, you know, we all know Michael Jordan's the greatest player ever in NBA history. So being able to watch that, even when they defeated my beloved Lakers in 91, 92, it was still a fascinating watch. I love those type of things. Friends, thank you so much for completing the hype train. I really appreciate it. Everyone who gifted, Slackfish gifted subs, all the bits that you all spent. And Gator Dave has also cheered 100 bits. Thank you, Gator Dave. I missed that. Just for that, we got to get Benny out. I don't know who else I missed, but thank you, Gator Dave. Ruel said it was a pleasure to meet you. And I forgot to meet you. I was in the backpack hiding. Okay, thanks, Gator Dave. Oh my gosh. Thank you, friends, so much for the support. Enjoy the emotes that are dropping out there. Slackfish says, I think it was the first con for a lot of us out there. You know, I got that sense too. It seemed like there was a few people that that I heard saying it was the first time, and then I know that other people I talked to said they ran into a bunch of first timers too, which is great. I love seeing people at cons. It's a really, I mean, it's we all share the same love of games, right? All this stuff. Oh, Slackfish got to hang out with Sir Birdsworth. Nice. I was quite shiny in my picture with Ruel Picnics. Did you or Rahdo get a chance to play Astro Miners or Colonies? If so, what do you think? I think I played, gosh, I don't remember which one is which. The original one, so this is the one with all the like the cool like tech stuff, right? It's like lights up. I did like a play test of it like 2 years ago. The Master Games, and I liked it, but I felt like there were some rough patches in it, and it was, again, this was like 3 years ago, I think, so it was like still like, you know, in development. I did not get to play it at Dice Tower West. I had talked to, I want to say Ryan, but I forget the gentleman's name. We have an email conversation going, and unfortunately I just wasn't able to make it over there. But what did you think? How is the game now? I would love to hear about that. Gator Dave says, oh, my bad. That wasn't Gator Dave. That was, okay, that was, yeah. James says new. Oh, yeah, Master Goblin games, they're everywhere now. That is good. Master Goblin games. I'm sure you talked to, I don't know if this is actually Bonds is running it, but I know you talked to Bonds. Is there any way we're going to get Master Goblin games down here in Southern California? I would love to see that. Are you going to KublaCon in May? No, it's not on my radar. I've always wanted to go to KublaCon, but I don't know. Gosh, KublaCon's in San Francisco, right? I love the Bay Area. It's really not that far. It's just, you know, you can only do so many cons every year, like budget-wise, time-wise, and everything. The next one I do have planned is Gen Con, but that's not till, you know, August or whatever. And that's always a big trip, right? That's, you know, Indianapolis from California, you know, flight, hotel, all that. San Francisco KublaCon might be. I don't know. I would like to go. Has anyone gone to KublaCon besides Julia Deer? Let's see. Oh yeah, stream snacks. Michelle's eating a fancy acai bowl. Yum. I have part of a peanut butter cookie I started right before the stream. Gator Dave, so great to meet Michelle as well, even just in passing. She's muy fabuloso. Yes, she is very fabulous. Thank you, Gator Dave. Yeah, you know, Gator, I don't know, Mrs. Gav 2020 in chat. I don't know if I showed you, there was a tweet that Gator Dave put down. He had tweeted recently. He's like, yeah, mad respect to Mrs. G, Mrs. Gaviola. My mad respect for teachers, which I thought was great. Old Man Coaster, easy to lose time at Dice Star West no matter how much. Yeah, and that's the thing. You're so right. No, I had plans. I tried to make it so I didn't have too many plans every day. But it just seemed like time, yeah, it went by so fast. Now, having said that, there were, you know, I did have to take some time off the convention because I don't know if y'all knew, but I actually brought my parents with me. They're elderly, and they've always enjoyed Vegas their whole lives. So we got them another room. It was like really close to the elevator. I think it was on the 8th floor or whatever. So my mom and dad every day, you know, every morning I'd go check on them, make sure everything's okay. And they would just go gamble for a few hours, eat. I got to, you know, I would go out, they pretty much stayed in the hotel the whole time and, you know, just sort of played blackjack. It was really cute. My dad made a friend, at the blackjack table. So my dad likes blackjack. My mom loves slot machines. And my dad just made a friend at the blackjack table. It turns out they're from LA as well. It was a middle-aged gentleman. And, you know, I came in one time, like at 11 o'clock at night after the convention. You know, I would just peep there, and I was like, oh, I was surprised to see my mom and dad there. And my dad's like, oh, you know, hi. I was like, hi, how's everything? And the gentleman at the end, hey, hi, Ruel. I know your dad. I just, you know, been hanging out for the last 6 hours or something like that. It was hilarious. And I was like, oh, yeah, where's mom? And she's, oh, your mom's right there. I was like, okay, thanks. And his name is Johnny. Really nice guy. It's really fun. To see my dad, you know, like they're elderly, so they don't get to do the things they always want to do. But this Vegas trip for them was nice as well. So I was doing that part time. You know, you just want to make sure everything's okay. Go out, get them food or whatever, and you know, just make sure they're all right. So that was really fun for them. I was happy to see that. Slackfish said it was great to meet Benny. Yeah. Making some bits of Dice Star West. That's right. I still have, I think there was an actual dollar in my backpack. James, how did Benny survive? I did do the voice one time, James. We had a lunch. It was just a totally impromptu thing. It was Board Game Spam, myself, Michelle, Monique, Game Freak Geek Girl, Slackfish, Legends, and did I say Board Game Spam? I think it was just like an impromptu lunch outside. And someone had mentioned it, and Monique, or I think it might have been Andrew that got a dollar bill, and I had to get Benny out of the backpack. And for the most part, I had Benny like sort of sticking out of the backpack, and it was funny. TVivD actually took a picture of Benny in the wild. I'll have to get that picture from her. Catching up on chat here. I'm way behind. Thank you so much for the gift subs again, Slackfish, and everyone enjoy that. Hero Largic got one as well. I really wish I had bought someone a sub sandwich at that lunch. Would have been a fitting. Would have the gift subs, right? That would have. Oh my gosh. Slackfish is handing out a gift sub and literally a submarine sandwich. That would have been perfect. But it was fun to get Benny out there. Old Man Coaster loved playing Dice Manor. I love that game. Board Games fans here. Hi, Board Games fan. So good to meet everyone. Yes. Slackfish, you do hand out a lot of subs. Oh my gosh. Jersey Slack subs. I would like that. For me, it was total escapism. Rare Norb says. Exactly what I need. Looking forward to. Yeah. I think a lot of us needed that. At least they had masks most places. We, the board gamers, employees were basically the only people in the hotel with masks on. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Bottom Shelf, it's almost as funny as watching a Laker game. Almost. Yeah, Lakers are really, they're sad funny this year. But let's not forget, they have 17 NBA championships. Old Man Coaster finally watched The Last Dance. Yeah, so good. Oh, Rick. If you have an Xfinity, HBO Max is free this month. I do not have that, but that's good to know. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, we just don't talk about the Lakers this year. Agreed. Lizzle, hey, Hype MJ, yes. I grew up a Celtics fan, love the Lakers, Celtics, amazing. Still the best rivalry. Well, it was for many years. I know that I would have felt much less comfortable with Dice Tower if not for Twitch. These streams and the friends I've made here are one of the reasons I felt empowered to try. Oh, that's so great, Slackfish. Yeah. Same here. And, you know, Michelle and I talk about that. You know, I mean, even though we're on this side of the screen and y'all are watching us, it felt really good knowing that, hey, we know Slackfish is going to be there. Legends are going to be there. Slivers and so forth. It's a lot more comforting. Because I've gone, I remember the first couple of cons I went to when I got into the hobby. I had no idea what the heck I was doing. You know, I just sort of walked in by myself. I knew some of the local gamers, and this one was in LA. So my local gaming group was here in Rancho, an hour away. And I knew a few of them would be there, but I wasn't really sure. So I went there and I just sort of wandered around, and I said hi to some people. And I remember a couple of games I got into that first time. They had the little flag at the table, so it would say player wanted, right? And I remember the two older gentlemen were playing Dominion, and I'd played that before. I was like, hey, I know Dominion, but they literally had all the expansions boxes stacked on their table. So I was like, I saw the little flag. I was like, hey, I'd love to play Dominion. They said, come on in. And, you know, they said, hey, we're going to play with this. I was like, I've only played the base game and I think Prosperity. They're all cool. We'll play this Seaside and all this. I had no idea. They were very kind and we had a great time. And that just made me more comfortable to go to the next, you know, table and find someone else to play with. I actually did run into some of my friends from the local gaming group, so I got to play with them. And it was a wonderful experience. But it really is, like you said, empowering and just for me more comfortable knowing that I'm gonna know at least another person there. So that's great, Slackfish. Agreed, Board Games fan, agreed, yes. Why am I missing all these comments? Okay, By the way, thank you, Slivers, for resubscribing. We were just talking about, you know, playing Dice Miner. That was my go-to during this con because, you know, I always like to bring at least one game where I'm just super comfortable teaching and playing it, and it's quick, just so we could have something to do. And I got to teach Old Man Coaster, Foster the Meeple, Nerd Shelves, also Rahdo and Blackboard Gaming, and a couple of other people as well. So that was really neat. Ruel, did you have a favorite game you played? Yeah, a favorite game at Dice Star West, Last Light, Roy Canada's game. It lived up to the hype. It's the real deal, folks. Come in a Game Found at the end of the month. It's a 4X game, 6 players, legit. We played it in 1 hour. It was good. I was very surprised. I was very happily surprised. I'd heard all the hype, and Roy was really excited. I mean, it's his first game. He's not a game designer, but this one, I thought he took all the best elements of 4X and just streamlined it down. This guy has simultaneous action selection using cards, so it's like hand management as well. That simultaneous action really cuts down on the time, and I thought it was great. You know, you play your cards and you resolve. The only time you have to resolve in order, I think it's when it's a move command, or let's see, it's move or something else where you have to go in turn order because it might result in combat. Otherwise, like stuff like mining, like just, you know, getting resources or building a ship, you can do that simultaneously. Brilliant choices in that game. I loved it. Mrs. Gav says, I couldn't remember if I had met our Twitch friends in person or not because I feel like we already know each other. Yeah, Michelle and I, we said that a lot, actually. It was so much fun and just hilarious to think that, yeah, we have all these friends and like, wait, we haven't met them in person yet, you know? So they were the wild and crazy. Yeah, yeah, my mom and dad, yeah, 8th floor, they were the loud ones. Hi, Panda. I didn't know that you were here. Thank you for joining us. My diary, right from my experience, I describe you to as streamers I knew from Twitch that I felt like I had known for the past 10 years. We feel like that with a lot of people, like board game spam, you know, just meeting them in person. It just, for us at least, instantly like, okay, yeah, these are our people. You know, we felt like we've known them forever. Delby Gaming, real quick, Delby Gaming was busy playtesting and, you know, getting publishers to look at his games. So hopefully we get some good news on those real soon. Let me see. Next year we need pics of Benny at the roulette wheel, crap table on the slots. Vegas might not like so many pictures of their tables. I have taken pictures in Vegas before. Yeah, the pit bosses are sort of tough on you. I know I've taken them at the poker table before. And this was like years ago when I was playing more regularly. They were okay with it. They didn't really love it. But yeah, when you're in the pit, like the blackjack table stuff, they're not really the biggest fans. Slackfish's biggest takeaway from Dice Star West was just how many great games have already been published. There's so much focus on what isn't yet published. Cough, Kickstarter, yep. And yet there are so many great games that already exist and you can play. Yeah, right? I know the hotness I felt like was Ark Nova. Did y'all play Ark Nova? Because I saw that everywhere. Also saw Boone Lake played a bunch. Really happy to see, this was really nice to see, TVivD brought her copy of Kohaku, the nice one with acrylic. That was a lot of fun playing with Legends and Slackfish. That was a real treat for me. One of my highlights as well. I love the game, and just getting to hang out with the peeps was awesome. The fam bam, as Michelle and I call y'all. Oh, hey, Meeple Overbird. Oh, yes, happy to see you. Chris, we got to see each other for like a 1 minute, but it's always so nice to see you. I know you were super busy doing Dice Tower stuff, but just a pleasure to see you, my friend. And, you know, I've already told Roy this, but Chris, please let Roy know how much I enjoyed Last Light. I mean, I legit like that game like so much. I think it's brilliant. Gator Dave, Last Light is awesome. Definitely want to. Great to hear it's good. Yeah, I think it's I think it's well worth the hype. James, love Foster the Meeple. Jeff and Jamie. Jeff and Jamie were super nice, and you know, I've been saying this. I wish we could have spent more time together. But we did hang out a little bit every now and then. We got to, you know, sneak a little moment or two to chat, which was really nice. Last Light is legit. I'm trying not to sound biased because I work with him, but yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to sound biased too, because I mean, I genuinely like Roy, and I was, you know, I've done stuff for the Dice Tower before, last year at the Autumn Spectacular, and I just think he's a good guy. But come on, just separating all that stuff, the game is good. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a big hit on GameFound. Old Man Coaster, I lost all 5 games of this Arc Nova I taught. Now, Old Man Coaster, did you score in a positive or negative? Because I've heard of friends who have only scored negative points, and I've heard of at least one game where the winner was the best negative score. I need to play that game. That's all I know. Oh, a Game Freak Geek Girl's here. Hi, homies. Good to see you, Game Freak Geek Girl. Thanks for hanging out. We were just talking about Dice Tower West. We're just hanging out. Memories, please share them, Monique. Monique. So great to see you. Yes. Oh, so everyone's here. This is great. Panda, I'm sad I didn't get to play Arc Nova. Yeah, me too. I want to play. I love playing with you at AEG's house. Yeah, I want to thank Amanda for extending the invite. Amanda invited a few of us, sort of like on the, I don't know if it was the first night of Dice Tower West, but over to the AEG house. They have a house there in near Vegas where they do their playtesting and all that, and they had a little game night there, which was great. Raven Rose, thank you for the reminder to stretch. Everyone stretch with me. And we played some really fun games. We played some prototypes, games that are coming out, which are legit good. I love AEG. There's no, that's not a secret. I love AEG, and the stuff they are continuing to produce this year and the previous like 2 years, it's just top notch. And spoiler alert, they've got some more great games on the way. It's y'all are gonna enjoy them, hopefully as much as I did. Nightbot's telling us we're playing Illiterati. I forgot to update Nightbot. Ignore Nightbot. They're Nightbot's tired. Doesn't remember what we're doing. What we're doing, we're talking about Dice Tower West, and I'm gonna wrap up the games I played last month. Slackfish, I got to play Kohaku with TVD, and it's so pretty. I beat Ruel's score by 1 point. The Legends beat us both by 6. Oh, nice. Yeah, I forgot. I had to run out. I didn't make the score, but yeah, I know we were super close, Slackfish. Game for Geek Girl did not get to play Arc Nova or Shakespeare. Oh, I didn't know Shakespeare was being played. Interesting. Arc Nova will likely be no-go for me. Is negative scoring game, yeah. Copy of Arc Nova should be here on Tuesday. Nice, nice. Love Kohaku. My favorite game played was a Golem. Yeah, Golem is really solid. Close second, Merchants of the Dark Road, and then Colonies. I have not played Colonies. Oh, okay, so Colonies is top 3. Nice, Master Goblin. Merchants of the Dark Road. I'm still waiting for the game played. I filmed a game played with Raina from One Man Board Games. Oh gosh, is it Jessica, Becca Scott? Was it 4 of us? Anyways, for Good Time Society, we did a gameplay of that, and I don't know if it's out yet. I'm still waiting for that. Game Freak Geek Girl says, some incredible people in our industry, so much respect for all the TLN folks and creative people, make this industry welcome and awesome for everyone. Agreed. We were very fortunate that Nick and Mike Murphy brought their setup so we could stream from there. The first day of the con, Wednesday, there was pretty much like a 6-7 hour stream on the Brothers Murph channel, and we just brought people in. We had like a special room for TLN. It was perfect. I want to thank Dice Tower West again for setting that up for us. It was really cool to just have all the TLN folk, as many that were there on Wednesday, come in and play games. And I think later on, like on Friday, Amanda had some people on stream as well. It was just so cool to see, and it was just so fun for all of us to be in the same room, you know, because we're used to, like, you know, rating each other, but to actually be in person, amazing experience. One of my highlights of Dice Tower West, Chris says, was meeting Dwayne and Alicia from Black Board Games. They were so nice. Yes, I was telling Michelle before the con that I was hoping that we could meet. I'd met Dwayne and Alicia last year at Stonemeyer, but I was hoping that Michelle could meet them too, and they did. We all got to meet, which was wonderful. I just had to, you know, Alicia is also a teacher, and I just knew her and Michelle would hit it off, and they did. And they're just, like Chris said, they're just the nicest people. We really enjoyed hanging out with them. And I actually played a game with Dwayne, with Rahdo. We played Dice Miner. Old Man Coaster, Amanda was great. So fun to gather so many of us. Yeah, Amanda was awesome. The Pajama Pizza Party, again, thanks to Amanda and Sovereignty for hosting that. It was so good. Slackfish says AG's good people. Absolutely. I love that game. I'm gonna play expansion. Heartbroken because the new just isn't beyond beautiful. Everyone loves Dwayne and Alicia, of course. We were hearing about Kalimala and Chakra. I didn't get to play Chakra. I love Kalimala. Didn't get a chance to play, but did play 21. Oh, you played 21. Oh my gosh. 4 game span. Well done. 21 games or 21 other games. That is awesome. Dwayne and Alicia are so sweet. Yes, really enjoy spending time. I love spending time with them. The Master Games, since I gave you the exclusive, don't be shocked if I reach out to you about specific location recommendations. Yes. Thank you, Master Goblin Case. Appreciate the exclusive. Speaking of AG, my Meebles and Monsters Kickstarter. Yeah, Meebles and Monsters is fantastic. Speaking of AEG, I got to see John DeClaire for a moment out there. He's really, really nice guy. I've met him before at different cons. We were on a panel together at LA Comic Con, and then also we met up at Game School Con a couple of years ago. Super nice guy, and again, we're all John DeClaire fans, folks. Golem's such a fun game to play with you before. Well, have you? I have not played Golem yet, Chris. Since our game, since I got destroyed on during Dice Tower Autumn Spectacular. You know, not many people that I know got that game out here, but I'm pretty sure my buddy Patrick ended up getting it recently. But ever since then, I didn't know too many people that got it. But I think the hype's starting to get out there though now. Game Free Gig Girl says, to be fair, I was either working or yeah. Monique worked so hard. I was happy that Monique, we got to hang out and get tacos together. That meant the world to me and Michelle. Just to, you know, sort of chill, eat tacos and chill. Yeah, Monique was always at the Elf Creek booth working. Slackfish says, I feel like streaming from a con is really important to get the word out for folks who aren't able to attend. Folks, okay, for those of you that were, I don't know if anyone watched the TLN stream on the Brothers Murph channel while we were out there. How was it? Like, I've heard positive things. People who weren't able to go, they felt like they were part of it, even though they weren't there. And that was our whole thing. This was like a test run. We want TLN to be at like more cons, especially the major cons. And we want to do stuff like this, where it's like TLN, but all of us there at a convention. And, you know, a few of us pop in, play a game. Next crew comes in, or some of us join. I was like lurking in real life. The lurk in real life, I was like sort of just hanging out in the background a couple of times. I know Mike did that for a few streams as well. So let us know how you like it, or just, you know, tweet at us or whatever. We'd appreciate that. Mrs. Gav says, Alicia's my girl. Yeah, she was awesome. That was a lot of chat. This is great. We saw Dwayne and Alicia in the distance. We wanted to say hi, but they were talking to some of the people. Felt like a fangirl. Yeah. I still, you know, the fangirl, fanboy, fan whatever. Yeah, I have those moments too. And, you know, I was, you know, I like to, you know, I think I play it cool, you know, but inside I'm like, yee! Like meeting Board Game Spam, meeting Jess, CCG for the first time, meeting Joe, Phantom Meeple for the first time, meeting Slackfish, Slivers, Legends, Old Man Coaster. I mean, y'all, come on, and just meeting you all and putting names to faces, really, really exciting for all of us. Brain Jar, yeah, another one. Well, I'd met Brain Jar before, but I hadn't met Johnny Deathhawk, so it was a real treat to meet him. Mrs. Gav said, man, this pizza party, Brain Jar and I literally bumped into each other, then laughed and hugged and couldn't stop. Like, oh, I love that. She's Brainerd Jar has just got such a sweet personality, just very, very kind. I really appreciate that. Appreciate her. Old man meant to stream for Dice Star West, but just lost time, got sucked in the game. Did choose some stuff for highlights, but not. Oh, okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I did not take enough pictures at all. I was looking at my camera roll earlier. I was like, yeah, I don't know what I was doing. You know what I was doing? I was enjoying the company of all the great people we met. I really was. Golem has been hard to find. Hope it finds. Okay, so then maybe that's why it's been tough for my gaming group to get into it. Tacos and Chill's my new street time. Yes, new street name for Game for Geek Girl. Tacos and Chill. Gotta have that lunch outside again. That was really nice. People over will soon be in at least one set of stores I know of. Nice. And 9717, I really enjoyed it. I probably watched more continuous hours while at Dice Tower West than the normal TLN show. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, Anne, for saying that. Appreciate that. Yes, live streams felt like we were just hanging out around the table laughing. Oh, that's great, James. Yeah, I know you were in chat, you know, for a bunch of them that I was around, and it was just, it felt really good. And Nick, Mike, and I, we talked afterwards, you know, with the other TLNers as well, just how much we felt it was such a good thing to have at a convention, right? Just this continuous gaming, people popping in and out. And, you know, I can't thank Nick and Mike enough for setting everything. I was literally, their whole rig was set up, and then they programmed it so it could be super easy for anyone to just pop in and, you know, press a couple of buttons and you were live, you know. Can't say enough about the brothers. The brothers from another, my brothers from another mother. Let's see. So much fun seeing Lizzle. Yeah, so good to see everyone. Really appreciate the 3CCon rooms, Slackfish says. I felt like there were always friendly people down there playing games. So thank you for, thank you, Slackfish. Yes, please let Dice Tower West know that 3CCon, you know, the positive things you have to say. You know, a lot of people, it didn't go as smoothly as we wanted to, but I think in the end, it was a very positive thing. I know whenever I walked in there, just like you, Slackfish, I would see someone I would see people playing games there. It wasn't always full. Sometimes it was sort of like almost like a quiet room, which I really appreciated. And then that's actually where I got to play Last Light with Roy, Thinker Themer, Justin from Meeple Mountain, and my buddies Patrick and Chris. We were able to play there, which was nice because, you know, at least for a new game like that, and something I'm really like, I'm sort of like looking a little more closely just because it's coming to GameFound soon. Like the noise of the con can be a little overwhelming for me. So to have that room for ourselves, perfect. Yeah, please folks, if you had fun at 3CCon, please let everyone at Dice Tower West know. We would appreciate it. Playing teaching games, meeting people, just having a blast. Actually streaming stuff became, yeah, you know, there's so much to do at any con, right? Speaking of, let's we're gonna continue to talk about Dice Tower West. I don't even know, but I don't know if I'm going to talk about the games I played last month. I feel like this is a great conversation. What I want to know, I'll catch up the comments in a second. Panels. Did anyone, who went to the Paula Deming panel? I mean, I've always known, I mean, not always, but I've known Paula for years. And I followed, like you, I followed her for years on YouTube and stuff. I knew she was talented, but gosh, to see her do that one-person show, improv, comedy, musical, mind blown. It was by far my favorite panel. I gotta say this, the conventions I've gone to, that's by far my favorite panel ever. I loved it. I think Paula's just so darn talented and just amazing. Yeah, we're not talking about the games I played last month. We're talking, this is all Dice Tower West. I'm gonna update this right now. We're talking Dice Tower West. I'll rank my 17. The 17 games I played in February, we'll talk about that next time. Maybe tomorrow. We'll see. Update that. Cool. Living Dice Tower is really great to see everyone's pictures and videos from Dice Tower West. You were there in spirit, to Live in Dice LA. You were there in spirit for sure. Tell you, everyone of us loves it when people come up and say hello. Meeple Overboard says, so much of board game media can feel thankless until someone really nice fans tell us how much they love our work. Yeah, it really is nice, Chris. I agreed. Benita, hi Benita, thanks for joining us. It was again another person we got to meet in person. I met Benita before, but we got to spend we had some really good conversations. Benita and myself, and some other people as well. But I'm thinking about the conversation Benita and I had at. There was a Brotherwise Games they hosted a little get together for creators one of the nights, Thursday night, Friday, I don't know, but we had some really good conversation, Benita, and actually it's one of them I want to follow up with you on. But TLN Con plans, you say? Do you need volunteers? I'm not going to say we're not having TLN Con, but maybe we can make something happen. Game Free Geek Girl? Grizzly Diz is in the house. Hi, Grizzly Diz. Good to see you on here. We're talking about Dice Tower West. I was going to do my monthly wrap-up of talking about the games I played in the previous month, but, you know, we're hanging out in chat. We're just talking about Dice Tower West and conventions in general. Appreciate it, folks. Panda Apollo was amazing. Slackfish Apollo was very impressive. She was awesome. Yeah, she's incredible. Paula can be the headliner at TLNCon, Mrs. Gab 2020 says. I would do that in a heartbeat. I think she's just absolutely amazing. Yeah, her improv skills were incredible. Absolutely. Dice Tower West was incredibly lucky to have her. Agreed. She's so awesome. I can't say enough with her. I say enough about her. I was very fortunate to work with her on a couple of things. We did an RPG at the very start of the pandemic. We did a really fun, what was that one called? I totally forgot the name of it. But we got to do an RPG, a fiasco. It was a fiasco with Paula and Mandy Hutchinson, a couple other great people. And, you know, well, I've watched her videos for years, and then I got to play a game with her on with Becca Scott on video, and just seeing her brilliance up close is one thing, but then seeing her brilliance like up on the stage, improving, just again, mind blown. She's so good. Benita, yes, we got it. Yeah, we got it. Let's do that, Benita, for sure. TLN Con, Michelle G, Mrs. Gab 2020. Game Free Geek Girl says I can cook or sing. I think those would both be fantastic contributions. Board Game Sam, we've gone to PAX West, really huge board game convention in Seattle. They had 2 improv groups before, and I think Paula could run circles around them. She was amazing. Yeah, she's legit. Like, I mean, you know, you can go to her website, like you can see all the, like, her clips from like the shows she's been on TV and stuff. I mean, she's, you know, she's an actor, improviser, writer, producer, just all the things. And just to see her in her element up there, doing the board game stuff, just so good. And her partner Lawson, and I forget the gentleman's name who was on the piano, just fantastic. Slackfish says TLN folks definitely were a big factor. DTW Dice Tower West. You know, it was really cool to see get everyone there. Like I told Nick and Mike, it's like, yo, we are rolling deep at Dice Tower West. There's at least a dozen of us, which was great. You know, because that's what we want to do. We want to spread the word of TLN, Tabletop Live Network, which if you don't know anything about, check that out right there. That link I just dropped. Tabletop Live Network, a monthly event where we stream 24 hours straight, 12 different channels. We rate each other throughout an entire day. We want to spread the word because we're all about, you know, having a fun time, a good time, a safe environment, an inclusive environment, and a diverse cast of contributors. We are dedicated to that. That was our mission from day one when Nick and I were talking in my garage, right, you can't see it, but it's right around just past the bedroom here, the guest room, which is our studio. We talked for 3 hours that one September in 2020, I believe. Yeah, almost 2 years, a year and a half ago. We laid out our mission there, talked to Mike. He was on board, of course. And then we're so fortunate to work with so many great contributors and collaborators who are quite a few of them are here on the channel right now. So we'd love to see TLN grow. And again, thank you all for your support. And we love y'all. That's all I can say. TLN Con needs to have ramen, 100%. Yes. TLN needs some TLC. Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Thank you for the lurk. Game for Geek Girl. Ramen would be great. Tabletop Live TLC, Tabletop Live Convention. Gator Dave. Ooh, that's a good one. You know what? I want to make this happen. I really do. I'm not gonna lie. I want to make this happen, but the whole logistics things, I'm not good at that. And Nick, Mike, and I talk like we want to do something, but it's like we know how much work it is. I mean, it's a lot of work to do TLN and all the other projects we're doing, but to do a convention like that, and I know they're already thinking like Bing Bong convention for their channel, which I want to see succeed. So maybe we start there. Let's make that happen, and then after that, TLN. I don't know. It's so many things, and there's other things we're working on too, which hopefully we'll be able to talk about soon. Do wish the hotel could have been better with the audio video. Yeah, true. We are going to try and play Red Cathedral this week. Can't get it. Nice. Awesome. Red Cathedral is fantastic. DLS. So, yeah, we are happy that you are part of as well, Benita and Board Games Fan and Amanda Pan and everyone who's here. Game for Geek Girl. Old Man Co. Oh, yeah. My favorite Paul Demo moment is crying at the end. Yeah. That's when she played with David, right? David, a.k.a. Gaming Lannister, Becca, and Paula played... what game was that? It wasn't Tumbletown, was it? I forget. But I remember Paula, like, legit cried, and she was like, you know, she was upset, but sort of laughing at the same time. It was legit tears. Oh, Paula, she's great. Paula's improv song about the Brothers Murph selling the chance to organize their shelves was hilarious. Yeah, I hope they filmed it for posterity's sake. I'm pretty sure they did, but hopefully I want to see. We got to have that on YouTube somewhere. TLN is not an event; it's a lifestyle. Agreed, Gator Dave. Agreed. Many ways that hotels seem to be struggling. Yeah, it's seen its better days. I don't know about you, but our room, at least mine and Michelle's room, at least there were some things falling apart. Like when I first got there, I had to call maintenance to fix some lights. Like the bathroom lights weren't working. You could see like some of the like tiles were like, you know, and I don't know what it was, carpeting. It was like just old and like, you know, actually my parents' room, they had, you know, the safes. One of the safes didn't have a handle, or their safe didn't have a handle, and then mine and Michelle's safe, there was like just like a temporary like little hook. Yeah, it's seen it better days, and I know that they're going through a sale right now, which might be part of the reason why Dice Tower West was held there, because I'm sure they got a good rate for a convention, because they used to have the host the World Series of Poker. They've lost that to Bally's, so I think that might be, you know, they're selling the hotel. I don't know. Yes, the Rio is not what it used to be. It needs a renovation. That will happen. Okay, after it gets sold. Okay, that is being sold. Okay, cool. We got a January for Bing Bong Con. Okay, January for Bing Bong Con. Nice. Just finished the rules for Three Sisters. I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, James, I know you'll like it. Terry B. Crafty. Hi, everybody. Didn't get to meet you, most of you, but I did enjoy Dice. Oh, cool, Terry. Thanks for dropping in. Yeah. Again, share your thoughts. We're just talking about Dice Tower West. How everyone enjoyed it. I have some highlights as well. I was going to, you know what, maybe I can still share a couple of photos. Again, I didn't want to share, like, oops. Oh, hey, there's my number 17 game that I was going to talk about. Splendor. These are some of the photos I took. These are older. I didn't want to show, like, photos of random people, because I didn't think they, like, I took pictures with, like, a lot of you, and not all of you, unfortunately, but I didn't want to just put them on the internet. So I'm just going to share some of the games I played. Like this one here was, hey, the new Star Wars, so I can finally talk about it. The new Star Wars Love Letter, Jabba's Palace. Played that at the AEG house as a filler. One of them had it there. This was from Brotherwise. They were showing off the Sandcastles game. Gosh, what was this called? Sandcastles. I forget. Let me check chat. Anyone knows about that? Oh, Gator Dave's talking about the door locks. Yikes. L Firespray. Hi, Dell. Thanks for hanging out with us. And Corthane. Yes, Three Sisters is amazing. Can't wait to try Fleet, the dice game. I know, that's how I feel too. I can't wait to finally try Fleet, the dice game. And also, they have that new one, Motor City game that just came out. Cypher's, I was in Vegas 15 years ago and it was only ever on the Strip. On this trip, I enjoyed all of the things I did, eating and sightseeing off this trip, and would definitely plan to spend more time in Vegas proper next time. Yeah, and that's the thing with Vegas. If you can get off the Strip, so many cool things to do. I used to always go to the Pinball Hall of Fame. Didn't have time to do it, but they have a new location. It's ginormous, and it's basically the history of pinball in real life, and you can play the machines. I mean, they have machines that are 100 years old, like not even pinballs, just those like little ones you could like watch a movie clip on and stuff. Oh, highly recommend the Pinball Hall of Fame if you could go. They also have all the pinballs that you grew up with if you're a pinball fan. And they have stuff from like the 20s, 30s, 40s, and all the way up to current day. It's amazing. Yeah, Corthane, you know, I'll do this. I'll talk about the games I played. I'm going to save that for another show. We're just going to talk about Dice Tower West today. Gonna catch up on chat here. Thank you all for hanging out. It's so good to see here. Have a wonderful night. Gator Dave, appreciate it. Dice Tower West is definitely on the yearly list moving forward. Nice. Good to hear that. Daryl with 1 hour is here. Hi, Daryl with 1 hour. Good to see you here as always. Slackfish Adams Family is my go-to. Yeah, you know what? Michelle and I recently got to, we did a triple date with friends, and we went to a place that had Korean barbecue and pinball machines. It was like the wackiest combo, but the pinball machines were so on point. I got to play an Iron Maiden machine. It's my new favorite pinball of all time. I mean, you get to listen to Iron Maiden songs, the best. Okay. So what I'm doing here, I'm just showing some of the games I played. This is the Sandcastle game. This one here is, I think it's End of Empires. Again, these are prototypes, but folks, this one here, it's a game. Look at the size of the cards. These are like space-based cards. The reason being, this is a game by John D. Clare with art by Kwanchai Moria. Yep, I said it. Those two are doing a game together. Instant buy for me from Brotherwise. You're building an empire. It's a little, I think it's a race here. Oh, shoot, now I forgot. But it does have a similar feel to Space Base, where you're like putting cards together and stuff. And you have the little cards and they're gonna like trigger different events. And we've got a raid coming in. Thank you, Olympian, for the raid. I'm getting the raid helmet right now. We do analog alerts here on my channel, folks. If you're new to the channel, my name is Ruel Gabiola. I'm usually here with my wife, Michelle, but she's in her office right now working. But thank you. Join us for Tabletop tonight. Olympian, let us know what you're playing. Appreciate the raid, friends. Hope you're doing well. We're just talking about Dice Tower West. A bunch of us here in chat went to Dice Tower West last week in Vegas, and we're just going over the memories, and I was sharing some pictures and stuff, and we're just chatting. It was such a wonderful time. I got to meet Olympian at Gen Con, so hopefully we get to see each other again, friend, Gen Con, but let us know what you're doing in chat, and my hat is off to you, friends. Thank you for joining us. Legends, I met Ruel, Michelle, and Benny. Yay, yeah, Benny met a nice little group of people, which was great. Legends, with the 1 hour. Welcome, Raiders, welcome. Yeah, JDC KM Instabuy. That's what, you know, it's funny. That's exactly what I said to Johnny at Brotherwise Slackfish. He's like, hey, so this new game we have coming out, John D. Clare, Kwanchai Moria, and I instantly said, that's it, Instabuy. That's all I gotta say. Thank you for the resub as well, Olympian. Appreciate the support as always. Hello, Andrew and P. Oh, a legend saying hello. Hello. Good to see everyone here. Oh yeah, Legends was coming up with a game as well, which was really cool. Michelle was talking about getting, like he was having us sign cards and stuff. I mean, I won't spoil it. Maybe Legends is going to talk about later. Speaking of Dice Tower West, folks, if you did not, Michelle and I, if you did not get one of our Tabletop Tonight buttons, these buttons we have. We actually bought a button maker. We gave a bunch out at Dice Tower West. We still have a handful here in our little bag here. So Dice, if you'd like a Tabletop Tonight button, please whisper me. And as long as it's, you know, yeah, just whisper me. And we'll hook people up with buttons. If you could help out with shipping, if you're like overseas or whatever, we'd appreciate it. But anyone that's in the Discord, let me know. Ding me in Discord, and you will get a button for sure. It's, you know, we really appreciate your support. This is one small wave of saying thank you. We have Tabletop Tonight buttons. We also have a very limited supply of Bruno buttons. You know, rest in peace, Bruno. And there's a couple other fun ones we have as well. But please whisper me if you would like. Speaking of Legends, now Legends here, I wanted to share this, folks. Again, another thing that Legends did, which was really cool. Oops. Oh, by the way, Hamlet. I'm playing Hamlet tomorrow. I'm rereading the rules tonight. Hopefully you can join me and Daryl will be gaming at 7 p.m. tomorrow. Same time, same bat channel. It's a game by David Turcotte, who did, what's the name of the game? Excavation Earth. Is that his? No, that's David Turchi. He did Petrichor. But David Turchi did the solo game for this one as well. So it's a medium weight tile laying resource management game, Euro game. This is the latest rulebook. I have a prototype of it. Daryl and I are going to play a 2-player game tomorrow at 7. Please join us for that. Legends, that's what I want to talk about right here. Legends was very kind. He had these Legends challenges for 2022. There are 7 challenges, and I want to go over each of them here. Slackfish says, thanks so much for this talk, Ruel. I didn't even realize I still need a Dice Tower West outlet. So many great... Oh, yeah. Thank you, Slackfish, for joining us. And thank you, you know, everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight. This has been fun. I thought, oh, I'll just review the games I played last month and then chat a little bit about Dice Tower West. This is way better. I'm really enjoying this. Again, the memories that have been coming up. To Live in Dice in LA, you should be receiving a package soon. Actually, no, you will receive a package soon. I got some extra goodies for you. To Live in Dice in LA. Old Man Coaster's got his. Nice. Again, friends, please whisper me or DM me on Discord. Thanks so much for this talk. Oh yeah. Legends DM game was so fun. It was so interesting to learn about different people's favorite games. It's like learning about Birds and Wingspan, but Twitch. Oh, nice. So Board Game Span got to actually play. That's awesome. Cool. Old Man Coach says saying they're tired of me talking about Dice Tower West here at home. Let's look at Turkop. Thank you. Pursuit of Happiness. That's the other one. Thank you, Slackfish. We're gonna fill out our Legends DM challenge. Thanks, Chris. Thank you, people over for hanging out. Appreciate it. Have a good night, friend. James, yes, James, you will definitely get stuff. Let's look at Legends challenges. Much love to you, Terry. Thank you for hanging out. So this is a little calendar. This is actually going to go up in our studio here. 7 board game challenges for 2022. Thanks again for Legends. And Legends said that Duchess actually printed this up for him. So very kind of Duchess. Alphabet challenge. These are all different challenges you can do at the same time. Play a game starting with each letter of the alphabet in order. So Legend said in previous challenges you could do it in any order. This year he's challenging himself and everyone else to go in order. So I already know I've got to play Abandon All Artichokes here, and then we'll go from there. I don't think we played it this year, so we're gonna have to start. The next one, Block Challenge. Play 22 different games 3 times each. So here's a 22. Wait, 1, 2, 3. Wait. Is it? Oh, 22 different games 3 times each. That's 66 plays. Wow, that's gonna be tough. But I can do it. We just play a lot of short games, right? I already know that Michelle and I have played Dice Miner 3 times. We probably played it like 10 times. We've also played, gosh, what was the other one? I know I've soloed a bunch of stuff. I've soloed Floriferous a bunch of times. I soloed Sprawlopolis. I soloed Food Chain. Basically all the button shy games. I think Michelle and I have played Tussie Mussy 3 times. But yeah, this is gonna be a fun one to do. This one, the next one, Through the Years. Play a game from each year 2011 to 2022. So again, you just look at the different years that they were published and then write down the game that you've played. Let me catch up on chat here. Okay. Oh, snow out there in Colorado. Oh my gosh. Gonna be fun going to work, getting to work. Good. Be careful out there, Raven Rose. Be safe. Okay. So each, I know 2022 we've played, 2021 was Dice Miner again. 2022, I know we played some games, but this will be interesting. I always love playing older games. And it's so funny to say like a 10-year-old game's like older, right? But we'll do it. Okay, Cult of the New Challenge. I like how Legends did this. Play 50 new to me games. So not necessarily new games like 2022 games, but new to me games, right? Before this year, I had never played, it came out a couple of years ago, but the Lost Cities Roll and Write game, I'd never played that, so that's going to go here. So that'll be 1. So you just cross out there. Top 5 games. Play your top 5 games. Now, I'm going to have a lot of trouble, I think, this year playing Twilight Imperium. It's just one of those things. I'm looking at my year schedule this year. I don't think I'm going to have time to play it. It's just sad fact of life. But who knows? That's my number 1. I have top 5. Blood Rage, Viticulture, Terraforming Mars, and I forgot what my top 5. I mean, Crokinole, maybe. But I'm really... I don't know. I'm pretty much... I sort of change my top 10 all the time. But maybe I'll change my top 5 just to be able to do the challenge. This one, Michelle and I are huge fans of the Purge Challenge. Purge 22 games in 2022. So, Purge, get rid of, either sell, donate, don't throw away, but sell, donate, or trade, or sell or donate. 22. I've done a pretty good job this year. Daryl B. Gaming actually helped me sell a couple of games. So 22 is gonna be nice. I literally have 150 games on the shelf, not these shelves, but out in our living room that need to leave our collection or our library. So hopefully this will be the first one, and I may extend this. I may go for like 44 or something like that. And then finally, Be Unique Challenge. Play 122 unique games. I think, let me see if I can check my board game stat app right now. Does it tell you how many unique games I've played this year? Time period, year. all games. So right now, oh, that's 2021. Look at 2022. Oh, okay, I'm behind schedule. So far this year, it's March. I've only played 30 different games, and that is really low for me. But you know, it's been a pretty rough start to the year. But I'm pretty sure normally every year I play 150 to 250 unique games per year. My best year might have been like 300 unique games, but again, pandemic and all that other stuff. I feel like it's going to start ramping up soon. Okay, so that's this is, again, thank you, Legends, for this poster. It was very kind of you to share that with me. Give me a copy. This is going up on the wall, and Michelle and I are going to be, and Lauren are going to be happily crossing off things, and hopefully, we'll see. I don't sweat it too much if I don't complete all the challenges, but I just love having them to do, to go through the process of trying to complete these. Let's see. Thanks to Dice Tower West, we played 32. Wow, really? Thanks to Dice Tower West, Slackfish says, I played 32 new to me games already this year, but since this is my only convention, it'll be hard to get to 50. That's a ton. That's a ton. Legend says, just put Michelle and yours for top 5. Oh yeah, that's a great idea. For the top 5, Michelle and I will talk about our top 5 and share that there. That'd be a great way to do it. I think, yeah, with Michelle, Azul's got to be on there, and hopefully Raiders of the North Sea. 10 minutes away by car. Oh, okay, cool, Raven, so not too far. Oh, we love Blood Rage. We'll add that to a list of games we can play. Yeah, to Live and Die Selling, I feel like we need to do like a game day. If we can sneak away for a few hours or get together for a few hours, we'll do like a little mini game day or whatever. Legends told you TIO4 was real good, at least tonight. It will change in 5. Yeah, it'll totally change in 5 minutes. Just like my favorite always changes. Although, honestly, TI4 is still, it'll be my #1 game for quite a while. Even though the last time I played it nearly broke me. It was a 12-hour game with the expansion. I was like, ugh, I was so close to saying I've had enough. But 12 hours is big time. Amanda says, hashtag no culling. I wish I could do that. You know, there's just that certain point where, you know, I mean, Amanda, you've seen our home. Like, you've seen the studio and you've seen the living room. Like, you haven't even seen the garage yet. It just takes up too much room. And part of mine and Michelle's thing this year is we've been doing a really good job of culling clothes and other things. And we're doing the, you know, just, you know, the Marie Kondo thing, things that don't give you joy. Just, you know, passing them forward or paying it forward, passing them along. Whether it's giving away or selling them or whatever. Now, all my games give me joy. That is one thing. But perhaps I would like them to give joy to other people at this point. So at least 150 of them in the other room are going to give joy to someone else real soon. Old Man Coaster, yeah, it's like it is an awesome poster. Legends, is there a way? And I hope I don't want to put you on the spot, but is there a way for people to get a file of this, maybe a PDF, either from you or maybe, folks, maybe we could discuss this on Discord. I don't know if we should, you know, talk here, but not to put you on the spot, Legends. But I just think it's such a cool idea and just a wonderful way to keep track. Because I like doing those challenges, right? I always have challenges on my phone. Like, I try to play like 25 solo games a year, that type of thing. Game day equals TLN Con. Ooh, Mrs. Gav with the great idea. This is me thinking, when can we do this? We'll have to talk offline. Legends, Ruel, my girlfriend loves the Friday the 13th board game. Oh, you're welcome, Legend. I'm so glad to hear that. Deadpan's in the house. Hi, Deadpan. That is great. I'm so happy to hear that. Again, Friday the 13th board game, Michelle and I were surprised. We really enjoyed it. We're not really horror fans, or at least I'm not anymore. Michelle isn't either. But just, it's a fun game, you know? Panda says, I don't have a bunch of companies that send me games. Just kidding. Amanda, not yet. You are a full-time content creator. You will be getting those games. I'm sure you're going to be getting those games real soon. Bondsnator has rated with a party at 22. Thank you, Bonds. I don't know if you rated a few minutes ago. I just saw it right. Oh, it's a minute ago. Thank you, Raiders. It's great to see Bonds at Dice Tower West. Friends, I'm Ruel Gaviola. This is Tabletop Tonight. This is the Raid Helmet. We do analog alerts here on the channel. You know what we've been doing? We've just been talking about Dice Tower West. It's been a nice, lovely conversation. We had so many memories. We have a lot of memories. And Bonds, please share what you've been up to on your stream, your channel. Hopefully, I think you were hanging out with, I saw you hanging out with Meeple Conrad the other day, which was really cool. But yeah, just thank you for the raid. Appreciate it as always. And, you know, speaking of Bonds, I just happen to have one of her stickers right here. Bonds hooked me up with a sticker. Actually, she hooked me up with a bunch of stickers, and I just happen to have one of the new ones here. So thank you, Bonds, for that. Appreciate that. It was really cool to see Bonds. She did a meetup at the 3C Con room as well. But, you know, there's a lot of love for Bonds out there. I know there's a lot of supporters and fans and homies out there for Bonds. Really great to see. Another one who I'm very proud to say is part of TLN and also just part of the Southern California gaming scene. Very, very cool person. And thank you, Bonds. Let's see what else we got here. Hydrate. Thank you, Raven Rose. I always got to remember to hydrate. It's been a great time, folks. I am really enjoying this. I was just raving about, for those of you who join us, I've been raving about games like Last Light, Roy Canada's game, really enjoyed. I've been talking the last few minutes about this fantastic thing that Legends put together with the help of Duchess. It's a Legends 7. These are 7 different challenges, board game challenges you can do throughout the year. Just to catch up with everyone who hasn't been here, the Alphabet Challenge. Play a game starting with each letter of the alphabet in order. Block Challenge, play 22 different games 3 times each. Through the years, play a game from each year, 2011 to 2022, so those are the published years. Cult of the New Challenge, play 50 new to me games. That'll be easy. Top 5, so this can be me and Michelle. We're going to play our top 5 games. We'll put them here so we can play at least, you know, play some, hopefully Azul. That's one of our top, her top 5s is one of my top games as well. And I've got fingers crossed for like Raiders of the North Sea and others. Purge Challenge, I love this. Purge 22 games in 2022, so just get rid of 22 games. That I've already gotten rid of a bunch this year. Again, I just run out of space. I want to share the joy with other people. And then the Beanie Unique Challenge, play 122 unique games. So that one I'm a little behind on. I played 30 this year, but hopefully things will start you know, going a little faster, and I'll be able to play more games. Thank you again for the raid, Bonds. I appreciate it. Hornus is in the house. Legends is here. I know it's in dish. Okay, cool. Thanks, Legends. Cyatonic, thank you for joining us. Good to hear. First time chatter. Thank you for the first time chat. Hydro, appreciate you. Where that raid hat there, you saw the raid hat, Daryl. Thank you for calling me out for that. Joe's here. Hi, Joe. Good to see you here. Legends should kickstart. Ooh, Slackfish. That's a great Legends. Maybe a Kickstarter 2023. That's a great idea. Catstrol, Ruel, Catstrol. Got to see Catstrol for just a few minutes at Dice Tower West. Didn't get to hang out much, but I'm so glad to see you, Catstrol. So cool to see you. I saw you a couple times playing games at the tables. I didn't want to bother you, but it was really nice to see you there. Welcome, Raiders, again. Appreciate y'all. Dope hat, right? Hi, Joe. Appreciate that. Yeah, the sticker, Bonds' stickers, just all the stickers I have of Bonds. I have quite a few actually now on the on water bottles and whatnot. They're always really nice stickers. Slackfish says LA was a big present. Yeah, you know, LA definitely represented Dice Tower West. It's almost like, so we have Strategicon here and in LA. It's cool. It's the local con. I always want to try to support, but the location's not that great, and just the parking's terrible, and you know, all the stereotypical LA stuff. They have it near the airport. I think they could find a better spot, but they've been there for years. It is what it is. They have it 3 times a year. Not too bad. And I got to show them some love, because I got a lot of games at Strategicon, and I also got made a lot of friends there. So I can't hate on them. But Dice Tower West is almost like our home convention, a home away from home convention for LA people and even the West Coast people. So it was really nice to see them, everyone represent there. Daryl Willard, nice shirt. Thank you. Yeah, Master Goblin Games. I dig them. I actually got a new dice. I got to share this one too. Bonds also hooked me up. Bonds works for Master Goblin Games. Hooked me up with the new Master Goblin Games sticker. It's the Thanos style. I got the Infinity Gauntlet right there. Pretty cool, right? So thanks again, Bonds, for that sticker. Old Man Coaster, I miss Bonds. There's so much going on at Pandas. But yeah, there's so many things going on. It was great. I have to take a shower, but oh, no worries, Bonds. Take a shower, relax, chill, do your thing. Yeah. Raven says, rest your voice and drink some hot tea. Yeah. Oh, Soccer's got 50 unique. 100 is going to be hard this year. Yeah, you know, hey, I always, you know, even if I don't reach that goal, I just love looking at Like, I'll look back at my old challenges. Like, maybe I didn't hit 300 games this year. I still played 150 unique games. That's pretty cool, you know? And again, 50, whatever, you know, is neat. Kestrel, so good to meet you and Michelle. Next time we got to play. Yeah, definitely. Sayatane got to play. Legends got to play Kohaku. That was a real treat. Legends, definitely. Really enjoyed that. Yeah, you know, I said this earlier. I wanted to share pictures from the con, but then I realized, talking to Michelle, like, there's pictures of, like, people there that may not want their picture on the internet, so I'm not going to share those. But if we took a picture together, folks, please, and I'll drop if you're not part of the Discord, there's the link. Join our Discord. I would love it if we could share pictures. I know I got pictures with Slackfish, and Legends and T50 and a couple of other people. I will share those privately in Discord with y'all, because it really was a treat to see you all there. Let me see if there's anything else I can share here. Oh, I can share this quick picture. I can share. This is, oh, Splendor again. Why does this keep, oh, this is what I'm going to be talking about in my next live stream. Splendor, the 17 games I played last month, I'm ranking them. But what this is not Splendor. This is Last Light from Roy Canaday. 4X game. Got to play test it with Amy and Maggie from Thinker Themer, my friends Chris and Patrick, and Justin from Meeple Mountain. This game, legit good. We've already talked about it earlier in the stream. It's going to come on GameFound later this month. I highly recommend it. And I'm trying not to be biased, because I consider Roy a friend, and I've done stuff for with him on the Dice Tower. I just think this game is fantastic. For him to do a 4X game that plays in an hour, I think it's a genius design. Okay, let's get back to chat. Ruel was holding up his favorite. Oh, did I? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I did have the Topo Chico that time. It's muy delicioso. Ruel, Joe says, did you meet any streamer for the first time Dice Tower West this year? Yeah. Joe, great question. I got to meet, for the first time, well, Johnny Deathhawk, Braynerjar's partner. I met Braynerjar last year. I got to meet Jess CCG for the first time, which was a real treat. Got to meet Board Game Spam and Pia and Andrew. And again, my mind is being blown away. I got to meet all these people. And also, not just streamers. Thinker Themer, got to meet them for the first time. Real treat. They're like the nicest people. Just such a treat to see them. And I had a really nice conversation with Amy as well. I was talking about how Benita and I were talking for a while at that Brotherwise thing. Amy and I also got time to chat as well. And I remember when I got back to the room, Michelle had gone up earlier. I stayed a little longer, and the first thing I did was I told her, you know what, Amy especially, because I got to talk to her, just such a nice person. It makes me, I don't know, it just makes me feel good that, you know, to be part of that, you know, content creator community, you know, knowing, you know, good people like Amy and Maggie and so forth have inspired me, and I'm happy to call them friends. But Joe also, I don't know, I think that's it as far as stream. Oh, I met Rahdo for the first time. Richard and I have been working together this last year doing the R&R show. We've done like 30 episodes. First time we met in person. And actually, it was the first time Rahdo had met Shay as well. And it was funny because the first thing he says, like, wow, you're a lot shorter in person, Ruel. And I was like, thanks. So apparently I look like this huge dude on stream, but Rahdo's tall. Like, he's 6'2" or something. I am not 6'2", I'm 5'8". And it's funny because Amy and Maggie, they said the same thing. And they were, I would say they were petite. And they said, Ruel, you're a lot shorter than I thought. I was like, oh, okay. So maybe, I don't know if I look huge on camera or something, but I thought that was funny. Just share my tea. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, Slackfish. Watch Roy teach Last Light twice, including your game. Yeah, it looks so good, right? It's legit good. Yeah, it's simultaneous card play, which really cuts down on the time. And I just think some of the design decisions he made were brilliant as far as like keeping the game flow, and it's just neat. And you'll see it in a couple of weeks when it comes out on GameFound, folks. Oh yeah, Before You Play, I've met Before You Play, Monique and Naveen. They're wonderful people, and I'm glad that people, you know, got to meet them and play games and hang out with them. They're so cool. Let's see. Foster the Meatball are great. Oh, Cobra, yeah, Cobra. Ilya and Tyler again, another wonderful couple. Thinker Themer were great. Ilya and Tyler I got to meet early. We got to go to the AEG thing together, play games, and we played games again, and just they're just, again, the nicest people. Michelle and I kept saying we were laughing because every single conversation we have about Dice Tower was, oh, they're the nice people. They're such good people. We're lucky to count them as friends. We're saying that pretty much about everyone we met up with. It's wonderful. So fortunate. Daryl Andrews, yes, Daryl Andrews. Hello, Daryl. Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad. That was another highlight of the trip. I hope this becomes a tradition, Daryl, where every time we see each other at the convention, we get to go eat, because Daryl and I, those of you that don't know, Daryl Andrews, the designer of Sagrada and all kinds of other great games, he and I share a love of baseball and food. So, it's always, I love seeing Daryl because every time he's got like a different hat, right? And when we had lunch this time, I'm pretty sure he's rocking the Toronto Blue Jays hat. But I was very fortunate. I just got this hat. Michelle surprised me for my birthday, and it actually came in late because they had shipping issues. But it was a baseball hat for the Philippine American national team, which I love the design of it. I'll bust it on camera one of these days. But got to share, so Daryl and I, of course, talk baseball, but he just has excellent taste in restaurants, and we went to eat dumplings, specifically soup dumplings, Xiaolong Bao, and this place was Xiaolong Dumplings was the name of the place. Just right across from the Rio in Chinatown. If you've never been to Chinatown in Vegas, please do so. That's where all the good food is, and it's way more affordable than eating on the Strip or whatever. But, the time before, Daryl and I got to eat at Fogo de Chao. That was the Brazilian steakhouse, another excellent, that was at Gen Con. Daryl, I hope the next place we go, and hopefully, I don't know if we could, I know you were in Southern California a couple of months ago, and I couldn't make it down there that time, but hopefully you'll be here. Are you going to be at WonderCon? Because WonderCon I can get to, and I may have, I don't know if I have a press pass for that one yet, but if you're at WonderCon, Daryl, please hit me up. I would love to take you out to lunch find one of my spots out here. Let's see. Yeah. Oh yeah, Legends got to hang out with Daryl. Yeah. We did not get a game together. That is true. We will get one next time, friend, for sure. Oh, you got to play with Slackfish got to play with Daryl. Nice. Food and baseball. That's how we roll. Thanks, friends. Have a great night. Yeah, have a great night, James. Appreciate you as always. Sweet dreams. And the food in the Rio was so bad. Yeah. Thankfully, Michelle came prepared. How everyone had refrigerators in the room? Michelle loaded up cereal, milk, cold cuts, bread, tons of water. She brought an electric kettle so we could make instant coffee. We also made tea. We also got one for my parents too there, but unfortunately they couldn't figure out how to work it. It is what it is. But I always had breakfast in the room. I just did cereal because I didn't want to I knew I was going to be running around checking on my parents and then doing other stuff where I just didn't have enough time to meet everyone for breakfast every day. So having breakfast in the room every day was fantastic. And then there was times when I would pack snacks, trail mix or whatever in my backpack. And, but then lunch and dinner were usually out. And lunchtime, I was, got to hang out with Daryl Andrews for one lunch. Excuse me. Also got to do tacos with Monique, Crystal, Russ from Chits and Giggles. Lovely, lovely human beings. Again, I can't say enough about them. We had, food highlights. Anyone have food highlights outside of the Rio? I'll tell you, I had plenty of them, but the one big one. Michelle and I got to go, we, sort of like a business dinner with Rahdo's manager. He took us out to the oyster bar at the Palace Station. If you've never been, please go. It is, if you like seafood, some of the best seafood in Vegas. It always surprises me that at the Palace Station, it's a locals-only casino. This restaurant is the bomb. It is so fantastic. Here's the thing, though, folks. It's a brutal wait, especially during prime time. It only seats 12, and people, we waited. Okay, so Rahdo's manager got there an hour before us. He was there at 5. Michelle and I got there a little after 6. We still waited until 7 to get seated. So he waited 2 hours. Michelle and I waited about 45, almost an hour, and then we got seated. Because, I mean, it's 12 seats. It's a 24-hour restaurant, too, but there's almost nearly always a line or a wait. Obviously, at like 4 o'clock in the morning, the wait might be like 2 people ahead of you, maybe that. But it's constantly turning over. But it is, honestly, I feel, I don't say this much about many restaurants. I feel it's worth the wait. The jambalaya that Michelle had, our friend, he had gumbo. I had the pan roast. My mouth's watering just thinking about it. The pan roast is like a tomato-based stew that has crab, lobster, and shrimp. They serve it with steamed rice. It's just got this very southern taste to it. Chef's kiss. I cannot rave enough about it. I absolutely love it. And it's so good. Oh my gosh. Oh, Michelle actually she had a little left over. We ate it the next day, perfectly fine. The jambalaya, oh, on fire. And you could specify heat levels. We did like the lower heat levels, but if you like it spicy, you can get it spicy there, like red hot. The oyster bar, folks, highest recommendation for me. I used to be a Yelp. I don't use Yelp as much as I did years ago, but if I could, I will. I will give it a 5-star Yelp review. That's the oyster bar at the Palace Station. Okay, let me catch up with chat. Oh boy. Daryl says, no WonderCon for me, but I will be in. Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about Long Beach. Yes, Raptor Origins. Definitely, I will meet you in Long Beach. It's still about an hour-ish away from me, Daryl, but I can make it down to Long Beach. No problem. There's Long Beach. If you like poke, you know, the raw fish, there's a very little pockets of Hawaiian communities out there in Long Beach. Michelle and I go to a couple of them. So there's like this really cool mix of like Hawaiian and Filipino restaurants, and they do poke. They'll do like poke, like market style. You can buy it by the pound, and they'll have like some random like, oh, Filipino dishes. You know, like, here's adobo or whatever. Oh, okay, cool. So we like going. We actually prefer the Hawaiian food there than the Filipino food. Good stuff though, and pretty close to what you get in Hawaii. Let's see. I guess like the taco place, okay, but it was only open on the weekend. Oh, okay. Is that the one in the Rio, Slackfish, the taco joint? Yeah, I know a bunch of them are closed and stuff, but yeah. Definitely agree that China food was the way to go. Yep. I was glad I got to hang out with you. Oh, okay, cool. Hang out, talking to Daryl. Same first day I went to the Smiths and got yogurt, granola, blueberries, and banana. Yeah, we had some fresh fruit in the room too, bananas and stuff. That went by really quick, but always nice to have. Just Legends. You know, I didn't get to meet Just Our Legends. I'm sort of bummed. And I didn't get to spend much time with Slivers as well. Wahoo's Taco across from Rio Pascual was pretty good. I haven't had Wahoo's Tacos in a while, but I know we have one locally. Many years ago, the Rio had one of the elite seafood buffet. Yeah, you know what, the old man, I totally remember that. When they first opened, that seafood buffet was amazing. But it was sad to see over the years the quality just went down, and you know, I feel like that's most of the time with buffets. I hear the Caesar's Palace one is still really good. I don't know about the one. There's a restaurant off the strip. It's actually right outside of, like, before you get into Vegas proper, the M Resort. That buffet was really phenomenal about 5 years ago. I haven't been in a while. Michelle and I really enjoyed it. So the buffet where you actually get like free beer and wine as well. Oh my gosh. Legend says, I ate 3 times at breakfast at Hash House. Yeah, I like Hash House. I'd been there before, so you know, I enjoyed it, but I didn't get to do breakfast there just because I was doing breakfast in the room. Elle says, you're making me hungry. Yeah, I'm actually getting a little hungry now too. Oh, it's already 8:40 here, West Coast time. Board Games Fan, we definitely bought convention cafeteria food a few times because lost track of time playing games and we're too hungry to go anywhere. So yeah, I did that twice. And actually it was with, one time was with Slackfish, Legends, Game for Geek Girl, Board Game Spam, and Michelle. I grabbed, you know what, honestly it wasn't bad. The little salad at the food court that inside the convention, it was $10 for a Caesar salad with chicken, and it was pretty decent size, and it was bigger than I thought and more filling than I thought. For a salad, it wasn't bad. I've had way worse, and I mean, it wasn't the best salad, but for what it was, for like a last minute eat, I was perfectly content. Kestrel, Hash House was so good. I got the massive chicken and waffles. Do they still do the chicken and waffles where they like stick the knife and you come out and there's like a knife in the middle? Michelle and I always crack up when we see that. It's like slightly different menu at the Rio. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, so it's a little different menu. Yeah. That led to our lunch and yeah, board game span. Yeah, the chicken chicken Caesar salad led to Benny the Bits Bear showing up. How board game is a board game Brie? The fish in Long Beach is so good. Yeah, if you get fish in Long Beach, you're doing okay. Love Hash House. Yeah, the portions at Hash House are pretty ginormous as well. I struggled with that a little bit the summer I worked at the Long Beach Aquarium. Oh, you worked at the Long Beach Aquarium? Nice. I think that's the last time Michelle and I went. I think no, we were in Long Beach before that. We went to go see a friend's show, but a couple of years before that, we went with we took our niece and nephew to the aquarium. Had a good time there, and we ate. I think we ate poke. Went to Dick's Last Resort, which was fun for the ambiance. But yeah, you know, Dick's Last Resort, you definitely go for the ambiance. Just that whole, aren't the waitresses or waiters like servers rude on purpose or whatever? But yeah, the food there I've never liked. The drinks are okay. Oh yeah, Michelle, she had the pulled pork sandwich. She said it was okay. Nice. Also, we went to Player One bar, and now we got to check out the one in Hollywood. I haven't been to Player One. And it's good. Saw you several times while Jessar and I were playing something, but you looked like you were on a mission. Oh yeah, I felt like I was on. Yeah, you know what? I was definitely. I don't know. I was just so dialed in and focused, like wanting to do the meetings I had, and just yeah. So hopefully, you know, folks, next time if you see me, just say, "Hey, Ruel," just stop. You know. But let's see. I got the chicken and waffles with a knife. Yeah, that knife. Just something about it's so funny. Check my Facebook. Oh, okay, cool. We will check that out. Got the chicken and waffles with the knife. A huge amount of food. Yep. Okay, I'm glad to hear that they still do the knife thing. I thought that was so funny. Oh, Blackwing Bird. Okay, cool. Have to go to the original Dick's Last Resort, Dallas or San Antonio. Much better. Oh, Hornet said, yeah, I've only been to the original, not the original. I've only been to the ones in San Diego. Going for streams broke. Oh no, got a new gimbal today. Much nice. I was just glad to get back home without gaining any weight. Been trying to watch my calories the past 6 weeks, and I was a little nervous that it would be hard to sustain while in Vegas, but managed to. Yeah, no, I'm glad to Slackfish. And I know one thing with the conventions, like, I know I don't eat the best, so I'm happy, like, the breakfast stuff, like, with the fresh fruit and, you know, cereal and milk. I mean, cereal, it was just like Cheerios, really plain. But having the fruit, like, Michelle set us up with, like, fresh strawberries and blueberries. And just being able to chill there and have that as a start was really nice. Because I know during the rest of the day I'm going to eat, like, not the best. But I am comforted by the fact that at the convention, you spend a lot of calories. Walking from place, you do a ton of walking. And just, you know, the energy that's in the room, that's going to, you know, that plays on you as well. So, okay. Oh, Danny Savranti's here. Thank you for joining us, Danny. Good to see you here. It was so nice to meet you, Danny. Danny, Savrante was wonderful. It's so nice to put names to faces, and Danny was very, very kind and introduced herself, and we got to chat a little bit. Got to chat as we were leaving too. I remember Danny, we ran into her and she got to meet Michelle as we were getting ready to check out of the hotel. But we had a nice conversation hanging out at Rahdo's table while Rahdo and I and Dwayne were playing Dice Miner, and Danny is a fan of Dice Miner too, and we got to chat. So that was really nice. Slackfish, it felt like about a third of a mile. Yeah, yeah, Slackfish, you're right. That walk from the hotel room to the convention center, for me, it was long. And those of you that weren't there at the convention, like, I was on crutches. It sucked because I suffer from gout, and I had a gout attack the night before the convention started. Like, literally driving in the car, I was like, oh no, my foot. And it's basically, if you don't know what gout is, it's basically instant arthritis, and it just hit my foot, and I was like, So I sort of toughed it out the first day, but then I was like, nah, I got to stay on the crutches. I got to take the weight off. So it was painful, but manageable, thankfully. And thankfully it didn't stop me from doing anything. I still did my panel, the R&R show with Rahdo, which was a lot of fun. Live, still did, got to see all the, got to see the Brothers Murph panel, got to do stream with TLN, got to play games with folks, got to meet folks. So thankfully that didn't stop me. One thing though, I was gonna say, I thought this was funny. Richard, Rahdo, I saw him before our panel running, like literally sprinting. I was like, Richard, he's like, and he just thought, he's like, just out of breath. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, oh, I need to go get a cable for our stream, our live thing. I was like, okay. So he was hooking up like this laptop so we could try, and it ended up not working. It was the wrong cable or something. Like, dude, slow down. I was like, he was all out of breath when we started, and it was just so funny. And then he's like doing stuff like jumping off the stage onto the ground, and I'm like, I saw him limping later on. I was like, did you break? He's like, no, I'll be fine. And the next day it was fine, but just to see him going all crazy, like, dude, slow down, man, you're gonna hurt yourself. Funny things to see Rahdo doing that stuff. But we had a really good R&R show. I want to thank everyone that was there. It was just a live version of what we do every Tuesday, but we just did it with an audience, which was a lot of fun. And we had some really, I thought we had some really nice audience participation, and there were some laughs. And Rahdo is just such a trip, he is like I say, he's a walking, talking encyclopedia of board game knowledge. And I learn something new every day whenever I talk to him. So it was really a real treat to do the show with him. And thank you for those of you that were able to go. Let's see. Felt like love to meet Michelle too. Oh, thanks, Danny. It's so nice of you to say. Daryl says I was complaining about that long walk. I can only imagine. Yeah, it was much longer than I thought. Missed the R&R show. Yeah, I got sucked in. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing about panels. It's tough to make them because you get so sucked in playing games, and I get it. We're there to play games. We're there to play games, and if you could have made it, that's cool. If not, no worries. There'll be other panels. We were just talking about, those just joined us, we're talking about the brilliance of Paula Deming. I'm hoping they have a recording because she was brilliant. She did board game comedy improv. So she was literally just, talking to audience members, taking ideas. And then she had a guy on piano, and they would sing a song based on the topic. And it's just brilliant. And also between songs, they would play some of her clips from her channel, Things Get Dicey, with the help of her partner, Lawson. Just my favorite panel of all time. It was just fantastic. Bond says, you were talking about breakfast in your room earlier. I did the same thing. Yeah, we had a water kettle. Yeah, Michelle got one too. Coffee grinder, beans, and a pour over. Yeah, and that's right. Bond's talking about saving money. Yes, and that's the thing. Like, that really helped because I knew going in, I'm fine with paying for a nice meal out, going out and stuff like that. But, for breakfast, for me, it was just perfect because I was able to do it in my room, and I do like that peace and quiet of just starting my day like that. And it was a little healthier than I could, as much as I love Hash House, fried chicken and waffles every day, for me at least, got to be careful with that stuff. But having that, and yeah, you think about it, like, we really saved a lot of money on that. So that was nice. I didn't even think about that, Bonds. Yeah. So again, shout out to Michelle for hooking that up. That was great. We had she had bought 2 of the, electric water kettles for us, one for me, one for my parents, and that came in handy with the tea. Have a nice cup of tea to start the day. Big time A+ for that. Ate from the store and the cafeteria a few times. Cool. And okay, it was nice to pop in. Thank you, Santana. Good to see you here. Have a great night. Appreciate you popping in. And folks, Daryl says, Kettle in the Room is a strong hotel game. I had great plans for OJ, but kept forgetting and Pants. Yeah. It was just one of the things, having that extended time in the hotel, you do get to plan a little more, which is great. Because you can only, do, at least for me, I can only eat out so many times. I love eating out, but there's something about just, chill, cereal's like my go-to at home. So it reminds me of home anyways. Like, I'm super, just super plain Cheerios, almond milk, and then fresh fruit cut on top of that. Bananas, blueberries, strawberries are my go-to, but whatever works. Okay, all right. My husband has gout. It's awful. Oh, Julia, yeah. Shout out to your husband. You know how bad it can be, or he knows how bad it can be. Just take care of yourself, and that's one thing I've been trying to do more of this year. I'm talking to my doctor, just being eating a lot less meat. So I've I've cut down on red meat over the years, but this year, seriously, since the start, I've had 0 red meat. I'm proud to say, because that's a big trigger for me. But also, like, certain pork and dishes can do that as well, and other things. You know, I don't drink beer anymore. Maybe I'll sneak in one every now and then because that's a trigger for me. But just alcohol, I've tried to give up in general. But beer is like, I used to love drinking beer. Trust me. And Daryl, I think about you, my friend, because baseball, beer, and a dog, my favorite thing in the world, you know. But I'm trying to give, you know, the beer thing I've pretty much given up over the years. But yeah, it's all good. Like Michelle and I actually yesterday went to a plant. We had a date night, which was really cool, and we did a plant-based meal. So there's this place about 20 minutes from our home called Spotless Burgers, and they sell nothing but plant-based products. And I was a little skeptical, so was Michelle, but Yelp had done an event, and Michelle got an invite to it, so I was there like +1, and went to a couple 2 weeks ago, I think, and we sampled pretty much everything, compliments of Yelp, and we're like, whoa, this is legit good. So we went back yesterday, and it was Fish Taco Tuesday, right? The fish is actually not fish. It's all plant-based. I don't know what they use. I forgot. Maybe Michelle can type in chat if she remembers. I don't remember what they use for the fish. It tastes like fish. It was like like a fried fish. Like almost like a fried, like, I wouldn't say cod. It wasn't that type of flakiness. But it had some flakiness, fish to it, like it's breaded. It tastes like it. They had the sauce, like it's like Baja Mexico style. So you got the crema, and they got, you know, onion, cilantro. They actually use kale, which I don't think. No, I think it's cabbage you normally use for, you know, with the crema and the pescado, you know, the Mexican fish taco, Baja Mexico fish taco style. But oh my gosh, 3 of them for $10. I was stuffed. They were excellent, and I will go back there anytime. And I've been sort of toying with the trying to go totally plant-based. I actually bought a plant-based cookbook that I'm looking at. Been looking at and sort of like studying, and I don't know, we'll see. I don't know if anyone else does a plant-based thing. If anything, if I can do a plant-based meal once a week, just slowly but surely, with as delicious as it was, like I'm okay with it. You know, because 20 years ago, when you're talking like vegan meals or plant-based, like there was, at least for me, in my experience, I didn't like too many things, but I find the options now are way better. Let's catch up on chat. Folks, we're almost at the 2-hour mark. I need to shut this down because I got to save some of my voice for tomorrow. Tomorrow, folks, you know what's happening? We are playing Hamlet. I've got the rule book here. Okay, here it is. Hamlet from Mighty Boards. So we've got a preview of it. It launched on Kickstarter yesterday. We have a prototype. My buddy Daryl B. Gaming will be here. We're going to play a 2-player game. Same bat time, same bat channel. 7 p.m. Pacific tomorrow. Please join us for that. I'm going to catch up with chat. Then we're going to find someone to raid. Let me get that ready. But thank you so much for hanging out. This has been great, folks. Who else is out there? Okay. Oh, Blanket. The gang from Blanket Term is. Oh, actually, Nerd Shells. They're going on too. Okay, let's catch up in chat and then we will log off. Bond says I'm mainly vegetarian. Chicken once in blue moon. Oh, okay, cool. I did not know that, Bonds. That's great. I'm missing chat. I've cut down beer significantly, but I will likely cave at my next in real life baseball. Yeah, it's hard not to drink a beer at a baseball game. I agree. Yep. Raven. Yeah. Avoid organ meat. And yeah, I definitely don't do like tacos that have, you know, the organ meat, you know, even though I do like them. Pour one out for your friend. Thank you, Slackfish. That's why, you know, Slackfish, whenever Michelle and I, you know, we talk about, hey, what's Slackfish drinking? It does, you know, for me, it's, oh, memories. You know, I used to love IPAs. Double IPA, there's a really good double IPA that I enjoy here from one of the local breweries, or I used to. Live in Vegas and still stayed in the hotel to save time and money, but eating in the room is an absolute must. Agreed. Daryl says, okay, I got that comment. Old Man Coaster, while good plan. Took a small duffel just big enough to put Arc Nova in, not much more. I sacrificed to try to minimize my bags. Yep. Arc Nova, worth it. When you and Michelle come to Seattle, we have several veggie restaurants. Oh, yeah, I would love that, Slackfish, one of these days. Old Man Coaster, I mixed some eating in the room with eating out. Definitely pays huge dividends to save weight. Yep, every little bit counts, right? Especially in Vegas. Mrs. Gavs could totally be a vegetarian. I know Michelle can. Yeah. We love Indian food, and a lot of the Indian places we go to are the ones that, you know, well, actually, I don't say they're strictly vegetarian, but they most of the ones we go to will have like a chicken dish or maybe a fish dish, but for the most part, they have vegetarian. We love Indian food. Difficult to go plant-based in-house because of allergies. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, it's tough with the allergies and stuff as well, and I know it's tough for a lot of some people. Still eat fish, but I've otherwise been veggie, not vegan for, oh, okay, 15 years, mostly veggie. Oh, interesting, Slackfish, cool. I'm an omnivore, but I found many vegetarian and vegan foods that are absolutely delicious. Yeah, I feel like I'll always be an omnivore, but I'm gonna be less of one as time goes on. Asking Bonds how it was In-N-Out. I still love me. You know, funny thing. So I've gotten In-N-Out a couple times this year. I've gotten the grilled cheese. Don't sleep on that grilled cheese, folks. It's actually pretty good. Borges fans tried to cut down on meat over the last 2 years. Oh, cool. Definitely go Indian recipes when we do. Nice. People are talking about Old Man Coaster in a bikini. Now that image is burned in my head. Quaid Rain, hey Quaid, good to see you here. Quite the opposite. I've done the keto thing on and off and lots of meat, little carbs. Oh, interesting. Okay. Again, everyone has different dietary needs. I get it. Just for me, again, with gout, it's definitely better to eat less meat. It's funny, years ago, when I was struggling with gout, you know, it was, I mean, I've struggled with gout last 20 years or so, but years ago, back when I was living with my roommates, Dave and Cisco, I remember my mom just happened to call me out of the blue. It was around dinner time. You know, I was eating dinner. I picked up the phone. Oh, hey, Mom, how you doing? I hope everything's okay. So, yeah, everything's okay. Are you eating steak right now? I was like, and I literally I had steak and a beer. And I was like, yeah, Mom. I can't lie to my mom. I was like, yeah. She's like, you know what? And I had to hear about the gout. So I thought it was always funny. Like, she just timed that call perfectly when the one day that, and I hadn't had steak in a while, but the one time I had steak, she called me out on it. Pretty funny. 23 was playing Dominion. Herbs. Oh, thanks, thanks, Joe. Yeah, let's raid Herbs. Terraforming Mars and Herb is cool. We will do that for the raid. Old Man Coaster lost 70 pounds. Completely changed the way we eat snack to much healthier. Awesome. Still eat fun stuff on occasion, but make it more occasional and focus mainly on you. That's great, Old Man Coaster. That is actually inspiring. Time Roller. Hi, Time Roller. Good to see you here. We've been talking about Dice Tower West. We've been talking about board games. Now we're talking about food. Moms know always, yes. Guess that means it was a mistake. Slackfish, I think that's a good way to end the stream, with the mistake. Friends, thank you so much again for hanging out with me as we relived Dice Tower West. Sorry I didn't have too many photos to share. I was gonna do the monthly review of the games I played, but we're gonna do that some other time. Tomorrow, Daryl and I are gonna be playing Hamlet. I'm gonna go over the rules again tonight and just do a little quick practice run through for tomorrow. I want to thank you again. If you were at Dice Tower West and we got to connect, I appreciate you. Michelle does too. It meant the world to us for us to connect with all of you. Again, putting faces to names and just, you know, just to be in your presence was really appreciated by both of us. And I am not lying when I say that Michelle and I literally said this, so we can't count the number of times we said they're nice people. Oh, we're so glad that we're friends. You know, they were exactly how we thought they would be. They're just as nice in person. Gosh, we're so fortunate to be part of this hobby and part of this community. We said that countless times, not only during the convention every night, but then on the drive home. You know, we're driving home and just, remembering things. So thank you for allowing us to be part of the community. Thank you for all the positivity you brought to us, to our lives, and we hope that we have brought a little bit of that as well. Don't forget, join our Discord if you're not there already. I have Tabletop Tonight buttons for y'all. Would love to send them to you again, within reason. If it's like super expensive overseas shipping, if you could help with that, that would be appreciated. But join our Discord. We do a lot of fun things there as well. Good night, everybody. Let's see. Thanks for this. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I will hydrate after this. No, Slackfish, thank you. Know that what you do is important. Thanks for being here to bring us all together. We love you, and Michelle. Much love to you as well, Slackfish. Much love to you all. We truly do appreciate it. I don't want to start. I don't want to pull a Rahdo and start crying on stream here, but your kindness does mean a lot to us, friends. And with that said, let's find someone to raid. I believe Joe said Herbs Gambit was streaming, so let me find Herbs. Get the raid thing going. Herbs Gambit. There he is. All right, he is playing a Terraforming Mars. Let's show some love for Herbs Gambit. Thank you, friends, again. Thank you, Joe, and thank you, everyone. I will be back tomorrow with Daryl. We're going to play some Hamlet. So join us. Stick around for the raid. I'm starting it right now. We're going to go to the outro screen. Have a great night. Have a great day. Have a great afternoon wherever you may be, friends. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.